In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the easiest to make, but arguably the most useful terrain for your tabletop games. Scatter terrain not only adds flavor to your table, but it can also be very useful. For instance, pieces the size of this foam can block line of sight, or if grouped appropriately, can be difficult terrain. Same with games like Dungeons & Dragons, this terrain can be very useful. Or if you just want some easy boulders to add to your dioramas, this here is the video for you. So let's get started. You can cut these out just with a knife. We'll do one with a knife, just so I can show you, and then the rest I'm going to be doing with a heat tool. So yeah, this one I'm just cutting with my knife, which is perfectly fine. You don't need a heat tool or anything like that to make these. Basically, right here, we have ourselves a piece of terrain. Just some scatter terrain, simple boulder like that. And honestly, you could just paint it up just like that. I'm going to add a little bit more detail. And I usually use my heat tool here. This is just a simple heat tool. These heat tools are pretty cheap and they have an interchangeable head with different attachments. If you don't have one and you plan on working with foam a lot, definitely get one of these. I'll have an Amazon link in the description that you can purchase from. I like to carve it in different directions because this heat tool is a little bit faster than doing it with a knife, but it also doesn't quite look like rock as much as the knife in my opinion. But I like it for the speed and the accuracy. And there is our second rock. Like I said, there's not much difference. This one's a little smaller, but there's not much difference between the two. This is a little bit harder on the outside because it melts the foam. So it's probably going to pick up the texture better on this one that we're doing next. For the sake of this video, I wadded up a piece of aluminum foil and we're using it to texture. Pretty simple texture. That's going to give you your rock texture. Don't need to go over it too much, where you're going to get rid of some of the sharpness of the edges, and we want those for the dry brushing later on. Missed a spot there. And see, we'll do this one, and I'll show you the difference between the textures. Not really much different. This one still feels softer. If you want to add a little bit more detail, you can take like a wire brush, add some streaks, like that. Not all over it, just in spots. It's just going to add a little bit more detail. Rub it off a little. You can even gouge out some spots. Or you can even add designs into the rock, like spirals and whatnot, that the ancient people carved into the stone. But for today, we're doing simple rocks. So let's get to painting them. Okay, when I paint these black, rather than handling them like this and painting them black because they're kind of small, I'm going to put them on a sharpened bamboo skewer. You can tell I've used this a lot. And then just stick it in this old piece of foam board that I have. And then this also helps us be able to paint the bottom and the top all at once. Today, as always, I'm going to be painting these with house paint, which you may know by now is my preference for painting terrain, at least for the first base coat. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint the rest of these and then leave it in front of a fan to dry. And then we'll get on to doing our paint job. I'm just going to be giving these my signature paint job of gray, followed by a little layer of rust. So I just do this layer of gray, pretty much an overbrush, like that. And then I'm going to add some streaks of this rusty coloring. Like that. And then after I get all these painted and that dries, we'll get on with dry brushing. All right, now just a creamy dry brush highlight. You should end up with something like that. And for anybody that doesn't know what a dry brush is, you just saw it. You basically just load a little bit of brush on your palette, wipe most of it off on a paper towel or a piece of cardboard or something, and then just gently go across everything with the dry brush. A rock on a stick. And after we varnish them and we take them off the sticks, there's going to be a little bit of a hole. Not much. You can just leave that hole, or you can fill that hole and add a little weight to these with a wood screw, or a general purpose screw in this case. And that just gives it a little bit more weight. It looks nice enough too. So we're going to be getting into the glamour shots, and I'm going to show you a few different ways you can set these guys up to be extra useful in your games.